Morning, y'all. I know that I disappeared for a while. We were moving, and as most of you know, I don't get paid for doing these videos. It's a hobby. And so I had to set my hobby aside so that I could take care of my family and get us all settled in Georgia. We are now settled, and I fortunately have some time to be able to do something that I enjoy doing. So my daughter Annabelle recently turned 1, and I wanted to do a cake smash for her and do like a full photo shoot. But what I found was that photographers are either not very good and not very expensive and you don't really get any rights, or they're super expensive and you get the rights to your photos but you get it for like $600. So I decided that I was gonna try to just do it myself and see how it worked out. So what we're gonna be going over today is how I set up the whole photo shoot and how much it cost and how difficult it was. And I will have a later video that will go through some tips that I found while I was trying to do a photo shoot with a 1-year-old. I'm gonna start by showing you this picture. This is the initial setup of what it looked like. So the first thing that you'll notice is that there are lights in the background kind of making a wave or a mountain range. Those are string lights. So all I did is I purchased some string lights for $13 off of Amazon, and I use little thumbnails to hang them up and wrap them around to kind of create that picture. I think you can also get away with Christmas lights or not having anything at all and just focusing more on things that are on the other side of the sheet. I just really liked the starlight in the background. And for double duty, I actually took those string lights and I put them above our kitchen cabinets and I plugged them in, and it creates a very nice calming light when we're in there. And my toddler absolutely loves them. He calls them pretty lights. So the next thing you'll see is the backdrop. The backdrop is actually just a white sheet. I already had one that I had thought about giving to Goodwill, and my husband hung it up with finishing nails. And so when we took them out, you really can't tell that there was anything hanging there at all. And it was durable enough that my 1-year-old was not pulling down the sheet, so that was good. I would say use what you got. If you have blue sheets, then do something blue. You could do light blue with pinks and purples and a little bit of white or something. But that would be a good way to save some money and cut some cost. If you did want to do a white sheet, you can find one on Amazon for $12.99. So the next thing you'll notice is the tissue pom-poms. Those were $8.99. I don't know if it would be cheaper to do it yourself, but all it was is you fold tissue paper up and you tie a string around it and then you fluff out the tissue paper. So it was really simple. I will tell you, whatever you use, do not plan on reusing them though. My 1-year-old got cake all over them. So the next thing you'll notice is the crate. I got that off of Amazon for $9.99. It is actually something that I hadn't planned on putting into the set, but I was already using it to cover up a bass speaker. So it added a little more depth. So that is it for the setup. You have the lights and a plain white sheet, and then the pom-poms and the crate. And that was enough since the baby is the focus of the photo shoot. All right, so let's move on to the outfit. So the first thing we're gonna discuss is the tutu. The tutu is white and gold. I actually went to Hobby Lobby and they sell tutus for $9.99, but they do the 40% off of one item, so it was actually $6. And they had a whole bunch of different kinds. So if you were doing a different color that you wanted, I think that is a really good place to go. It's the cheapest place that I could find for the tutu. The necklaces that she's wearing, those are from Target. They were $5 and they are in the party section. I think they're actually like a party favor to pass out. And my daughter did chew on them, but she didn't seem to break them. And obviously, don't leave your 1-year-old alone with pearls, but it wasn't a problem. The bow on her head is something that we already had. It is a baby bling bow, and it's just a plain white one, and they are $10. And if you're looking for bows, I absolutely love those bows. They're really stretchy and they don't create indents on her forehead. And so that brings us to the other birthday hat. I had this idea that my daughter needed a specific birthday hat that said, "I am one." And After the photo shoot, I found that I didn't really like the photos with the birthday hat on. It just didn't look as cute as the bow. So I would probably in the future just skip the birthday hat, save yourself 10 bucks. I did buy it for $10 off Amazon. So if you really, really like that birthday hat, then that's where I got it from. So if you were to buy everything that I just listed, that would be $76. Because I already had a crate that I used for something else, and I already had the sheet, I really spent $43, which isn't bad. Now, I will tell you guys that we do have a camera that we took the pictures with. I have the G7X that I'm talking to you on right now. And my husband also has this 15-year-old Rebel camera that he has used since he was in high school. So we use that to take the photos. I don't think, how should I put this? While lenses do matter, if the whole point is to get those Facebook photos or photos that you print out that you're not like making large and putting all over the wall, I think you could just use your phone and you'll be fine. The key to getting good photos is to take a lot of them and delete them later. Just keep pressing that button over and over and over again. And some of the photos will look horrible, and every once in a while you'll get one that looks good. So I spent $43 total on the photo shoot. I'm really happy with the pictures. A plus that I hadn't realized was going to be a plus is that it was a good creative outlet. I went on to Pinterest and I determined which types of setups I liked and which ones I didn't, and I kind of incorporated a bunch of different things in order to make something that I liked. So in a couple days, I will be posting a tips and tricks for the photo shoot. It'll mostly be discussing some ways to save money and some of the lessons that I learned while doing the photo shoot, or some of the things that I did that really worked out really well. So let's go through and discuss some of the different types of shots that I got and how I went about editing my photos, because that is one of the big things that photographers do that you really have to do. So here is the original photo versus the edited one. Despite the fact that it was the middle of the day, for some reason all the pictures turned out really dark. But with simple editing through my Mac, I was able to fix a lot of the problems. So a couple of the shots that are pretty customary when it comes to a photo shoot for a cake smash are. So the first one is the setup with the cake but not with the child. I think that one is really pretty to show how you set it up and what it looks like. And then the next one is the baby without the cake. So what we did is I had someone hold the baby while we took that initial cake photo, and then I picked the cake up and I put it in another room as far from her as possible. And we set her down so she could get some photos. And one thing you will notice is that a lot of the photos are at her height and not at standing height. So that's something you need to remember, because she's on the floor. You either need to be like kneeling or sitting down on the ground in order to get the right angle for the baby. So I got some photos with her just by herself on the photo shoot. And then I went for her and the cake. And what we did is I brought the cake in while my husband took the pictures so that we would catch that initial eating of the cake. So once we had gotten a bunch of pictures with her and the cake, we allowed her sibling to come in and enjoy the cake as well. And that was a good way for him not to feel left out and to get some sibling pictures where they were doing something together. And y'all, it was adorable. They were like feeding each other cake. And so I also got some after pictures to show all the destruction that was done to the cake. So overall, $43 out and some amazing pictures. It did not take that long to set up. It was not that difficult to plan. Like I told you before, I would go into Pinterest and I would start looking at pictures and see which ones you like, because there are different outfits you can do. I've seen some where instead of using like pom-poms and stuff like that, you just put up some balloons and keep them low to the ground, and that's how you have your color theme and your depth. So it was not that hard at all, and y'all should definitely do it instead of paying for a photographer. Now I will tell you that these are not professional photos. There are probably a lot of things professionals can do to make these photos look nicer. All of that comes with a price tag. So if you are looking to have some adorable cake smash photos but you don't want to spend a ton of money, I would definitely recommend doing it this way. All right, so later on this week, I'm going to be posting a tips and tricks. It'll be ways to make the photo shoot cheaper, and also some of the things that I learned as I was doing it, or things that I wish I had done differently. All right, y'all, it was nice doing another vlog, and I can't wait to see you guys more, and I hope you enjoy my content. Please, if you liked this and you want to see things like this in the future, please hit the subscribe button. I do lots of mommy stuff and DIYs, and I do my weight loss stuff, but that gets kind of old after a while. All right, y'all. It was great seeing you guys again, and I will see you in a couple days. Bye.